Boom, baby. Hello, everyone. Mate talk time, and guess what? I have a mate
There's my one.
and a mate. So who's this, I keep saying, who's this handsome man next to me? So
I will never stop here.
I'll keep going down that path. Who's this handsome man next to me?
I'm Liam. You could call me Dr. Liam, actually, which is a fairly new title.
Excuse me.
Yes. No.
And that's official. That's not
It
just...
is official. No, it's not a...
Why are we going to call you Dr. Liam?
I recently finished my PhD at Melbourne Uni in aesthetic philosophy, which is the philosophy department. I wrote about taste and smell. I'm very fascinated by it. And ever since I got into perfumery and the world of taste and smell, I've always had questions I wanted answered. No one did, so I thought I'd take it upon myself to try to answer some of the questions.
I love that Liam has balance between being, so you are very intellectual when it comes to the definition and understanding of perfumery, but you are still in touch with the pleasure of it. Because at the end of the day, perfume is about pleasure, and it's about whether you're smelling it on someone or whether you're enjoying it for yourself. So you haven't lost that.
Well, I'm actually so glad you say that, because that was the whole crux of the PhD.
Right.
We cannot lose sight of the very raw, pre-cognitive pleasure that we get from simply smelling something or tasting or drinking something exquisite.
Right.
And that's my guiding principle. I'm never going to disrupt anyone's pleasurable experiences.
Correct. Because sometimes I get people who get really caught up in the technical side of things, and it bores me.
It doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't.
Because I don't do it for the technicality of it. I participate because it brings pleasure into my life. It makes me happy, and that's the core of it.
Yes. I mean, there's that famous distinction between art and science, and it's good to bridge it. But what science can't do, that art does and philosophy does beautifully, is we treat things as a poetry or a literature, and poetry is much better at describing love than art, than science is.
Exactly the chemistry.
Love is felt, love is textured, and science has great problems describing that.
Correct.
Well, why do we go mad in love, or for a perfume or someone? But anyway, that's my philosophy in a nutshell.
I love it. So we're in the NOAH showroom here in Melbourne. We just finished filming a few episodes, so they're coming up soon. Today I thought it would be great to experience mate alongside Liam. I love that Liam says, "Oh yeah, I've had it before." And then when I brought it out, he's like, "Oh, we're getting real on this thing."
We're getting real, yes. I had a wonderful student, I believe he was Argentinian, a few years ago at Melbourne Uni, and he would walk around everywhere with his gourd, and it was amazing.
I'm actually going to call it, he was Uruguayan. Because the Argentinians, we drink it, but the Uruguayans are fanatical. They are fanatical. They go to the next level. All right, so we're going to be having some live testing of mate. So we'll see what kind of faces Liam does. This is a very mild one.
Yes, okay, gotcha.
So the yerba mate that I've got for you today, I'll let you see if you can taste it, because there are different nuances.
Yes, I bet.
Yeah, there are different nuances. So this one here is a mild one.
Okay.
I've put no sugar in, all right? So I'm a disclaimer.
Yes.
Normally there's a little bit of sugar, but I think you'd appreciate the real taste, as opposed to putting sugar in, then which sort of distorts the taste of it. All right. So before we go any further, one of the great things about the NOAH showroom is that you can come into it, and as you can see behind us, they have an incredible collection of fragrances. So while I pour water, your mission, sir.
Okay, I'm listening.
Is if I'm a brand new person coming into the NOAH showroom, give me about 5 fragrances that you would recommend to me that would pique my interest. Okay. So I can test. I'm not going to test on skin, I'm covered in perfume, but we do have blotters here.
Yes.
So 5 fragrances.
5 perfumes.
Yeah, and I'll pour the water and get this thing going.
All right.
Here we go. So while Liam is doing that, I want to remind everyone, the Discovery Series. This is an awesome way to experience perfume alongside me across the world. You can use the different codes, and I'll put the different Discovery Series here. Jump on so if you go to the playlist, you'll see that all the different brands that are there use either code NFC or NFC10, and you'll have the chance to get a discount, and also in a lot of cases, free delivery anywhere around the world. Boom. All right, that's happening there. can see Liam in the background.
Yes, I'm making my mind up.
And now the video that Liam and I just filmed, which will be coming out in about, from this video here, it'll be another week and a half, okay? I'll make sure that I notify everyone. You want to be a part of it because the whole episode is, well, we did a lineup of 7 fragrances, which are head turners. Liam put forward a number of beautiful fragrances, including some Francesca Bianchi's for those who are true believers of Francesca's work. And also we did a modern classics, and Liam defined what a modern classic actually is. The good news is that the bulk of the fragrance, I think there was only 1 fragrance that I knew. All the rest were brand new, and these are true niche fragrances. So this is more than just something that you've seen before, or smells like this with a little bit of that. These were quite unique and distinct fragrances, and very true to niche as a category. Boom. That was my stalling.
No, well done.
Talkie.
I'm impressed.
Allora, so we've got, okay, already I can see some that I recognize, but the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you.
Where do you want to take us?
Let's start with DURO, actually. I trust you know this one.
Please.
Yes.
I have the funniest story with this.
Oh, I want to hear it. Please.
So I just got into niche perfumery. I have on the channel, as everybody knows, different categories: new recruit, semi-pros, veterans, etc., etc. I was not even a new recruit. I was still very deep within designer. I went to Italy. I wanted to buy a beautiful Italian fragrance. I went to this little boutique. The lady said, "You need a beautiful Italian fragrance. You need to have DURO." Bop, bop. She sprayed. I'm like, "What is this poison?"
Yes, I bet.
"What are you doing?" I'm like, "No." And I actually thought that she was trying to hoodwink me.
Oh, wow. Yes,
That she was trying to, she couldn't sell this stuff.
Yeah.
And she was trying to offload, you know, some stupid Australian. He won't be back here again. Here, just buy this, brother. Just get out of here. Not realizing what she was actually doing is bringing me into the world of true niche perfumery.
And of course, you love it now.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I constantly regret that I never bought that very first DURO in this boutique in Rome, all that. It's still a funny story.
Oh, I love it. No.
Why do you love this one?
I'm going to be a little bit contradictory and talk about the technical.
I thought it was about passion.
It is passion, of course, but you know, these things have to inform us and direct the way that we approach things sometimes. And I find Alessandro Galtieri amazing because he is the master of maximalism and overdose.
Yes.
All of his perfumes are like this.
Yes.
And DURO on the market today there's 2 perfumes, this is one of them, that has the most amount of cashmerein in it, which is a very interesting molecule. It's a woody note, a musky woody note, and it's called cashmerein because it feels like an enveloping embrace. And that's the great contrast, because DURO means hard in Italian, firm and all that. And here we've got somehow a soft cashmere molecule building into hardness. And this is the art side of the technical as well.
Right.
So this is why I find DURO so fascinating.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know how to describe it. It's hard and soft.
Yeah.
It's like an impossible object. It's a square circle.
A square circle.
Yeah, you know.
I always love this for the booziness. I always find it that it's a woody, boozy fragrance.
Okay.
It has this woody texture to it, but it feels like it's been drowned in whiskey or something or and it lingers on skin forever. What you're hearing there in the background, if in case, is so behind us here.
Real life.
It's real life. So Noah, this is where they're centralized. Yes, the showroom is here, but also the warehousing, everything else is behind.
This is the beating
This
heart.
is the hub.
This is the hub. Yes.
Yeah.
So everything is out the back. So people come in for many different reasons, and I've got a wonderful cave up the back of objects.
Yeah.
But perfume is the front for me, and you know, I'm very lucky to have this space. DURO is incredible. I find it fascinating as an art object. I want it in a museum, and I want people to pick up a cloche and smell it, and then understand that it's doing something that art does, which is impossible possibilities or something like that. It's just a very good woody fragrance.
It is.
We were one of the first stockists of NASOMATTO, even in my earliest days with Noah,
Yep.
And it's still top. It's actually grown in popularity.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
fact.
I think more and more people are understanding and appreciating.
Yes,
Even
yes.
though I find that surprising because people are sort of finding him for the first time, where he's been literally in plain sight of all of us.
Yes,
He's, you know,
yes.
so he's such a mad genius when it comes to his creations.
He's definitely the crazy nose for a reason.
Yeah, correct.
But
Anyway.
again, just an interesting wood that I find to be, you know,
DURO
a
is
curiosity.
one that I feel is a bit more masculinely.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any ladies that like to sample this, but DURO for me, it's a massive recommendation. Where would you like to go next? We're going to drink this in a minute.
We
right?
will, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm just letting it sort of sit for a
Yes,
little bit
of
so we
course,
don't
of
burn our
course.
tongues. I wasn't sure how hot the water is.
It's freshly boiled water. I want to take you to Cardinal by James Heeley.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Heeley range?
I'm not.
Not.
So this is a brand that I'm not, haven't come across. I know that it's found here in Noah. You guys are the exclusives.
But thereabouts.
okay,
There's a few other pockets, but we've got the full range on display and
Right.
proudly represented. This is, it was Easter recently.
The name says it all.
Yes, Cardinal, very topical perfume as well. But you're not going to find a more ecclesiastical picture of Catholicism in perfume than this one. And don't let that idea put you off.
No.
This is an incense for incense lovers.
Yes.
Frankincense in particular.
Yes. But you know, sometimes incense is compared to a Gothic church.
Yes.
This is not Gothic
No,
church.
no. This is your classic. It's like I think of elements of the Gothic, so like beautiful sunlight through stained glass windows,
Yep.
wooden pews, a chalice in the middle of the room, so to
Yes.
speak.
Yes.
But nothing Gothic. It's actually welcoming and friendly. It has a heart.
I almost get like a white linen, clean,
Exactly,
sort
yes.
of really.
One of the notes is linen.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fantastic, you know, you think of vestments or tablecloths.
Yeah,
and things.
yeah. And maybe again, because of the name Cardinal, I'm actually picturing the individual, but definitely I'm in the church, but it's not heavy and dark.
Yeah.
And sort of brooding.
This is the power of a name in a perfume, and it's important. I think some reviewers and writers don't look at the name so much. Like, you know, they
always
test
do.
blind. You have to.
I
You
always
really
do.
have to.
There's a reason for it. There's a reason why Alessandro called this DURO.
Exactly.
You know, so you have to embrace it's part of the storytelling. This is really good for incense lovers.
Oh yes. It's a benchmark.
If you don't like incense,
This is a conversion experience.
there you
There
go.
we go.
It's a religious experience right here. I like it. All right, beautiful. So reason number 3 to come into the
Reason number 3.
Noah showroom.
Zoologist is a reason in itself. Super popular. You can't avoid it in this world, and that's good.
It's become that,
It's become
hasn't
a
it?
thing.
Hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's certainly. And I have been friends with Victor Wong, the owner.
You are friends?
Yes.
My man.
For
Just dropping names.
for 10 years. 10 years. And before he was even making perfume, he was a writer.
Yep.
This is King Cobra.
Wow.
And I remember smelling the first 3 perfumes, and I go, oh, what a brave man to enter into the world of niche perfumery.
Yeah,
And look
in
at
this
him now,
world, yeah.
20, 30 perfumes,
Champion.
winning awards, and people going nuts for them. King Cobra.
Mossy.
Yes,
And undergrowth.
And dangerous.
Yeah. You know, for some reason, I don't know why I thought you picked B. And so when I smelled that, it really like, whoa, what in the world is this?
That would have been a really rude sort of experience. I love this. It's a new one for them, so I wouldn't say it's their most popular, but
Okay.
it's definitely one of the most evocative for me. He calls upon different perfumers.
Yes.
So here it's Prin Lomros, the Thai perfumer. He makes a lot of incenses, a lot of really herbal notes.
Right.
He also did sloth and rhino, for example, and bat.
Right.
Bat's really famous.
Yes.
This is the cold-blooded reptile, cold, like warm earth, cold snake.
This feels cold.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's weird.
And that oiliness is ganja, so it's the resinoid note of marijuana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so really, really interesting.
I'm not getting a marijuana vibe.
No, it's more oily.
Yeah,
it's more
okay.
herbal. It could be patchouli adjacent.
Yeah, because I actually get a very slick rock,
Yeah, nice.
and the moss on that rock, and
I
the
agree. Yeah.
undergrowth, and
And then incense really gives it that hauntingness.
Yeah.
Really important here.
That's wild. Actually, it's changed already in the card. I'd be
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
to see what that does on
It's
the skin.
super interesting on the skin, and Prin Lomros doesn't do things minimally. He puts hundreds of notes in perfumes.
Right.
Yeah, so on the skin it'll change. In time, it will change.
Okay. This
Just-
is wild.
this
So it's a
all-
brand new one.
Fairly new, yeah, about a year or so.
Because you know, I've only just started discovering the zoologist. We had it here, and then it went
Yes,
away.
yes, yes.
In Australia is what I meant, and now it's back with you guys, and so this is why I've decided to go back into it. Because nothing more frustrating than testing out a perfume and going, I love it, can't get it. In Australia, we do have a limited availability of things.
Yes, we do, and a lot of people, we internationally, people are surprised by this. I mean, with such passion, but at the same time, limited.
Yeah,
And, you know,
I think it's all that the dangerous goods.
oh, it's a nightmare.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
All right. So, reason number 3 to come into the Noah showroom is for the zoologist collection.
Yes.
You've got the fairly broad range.
We've got everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Reason
Next
number 4 is our most popular fragrance is L'Oud des Marocain. I know you're a fan of this one.
Andy Tower, forget about it. And you guys were the first to bring Andy
First
Tower.
and only.
Yeah.
It was my first project. I was a little 18-year-old. It was a very interesting thing for me to take on these responsibilities, but such
did a good
joy.
job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I my heart was in it, and Tower's heart was in it, and that's what you need sometimes.
This is a minimum in his collection, isn't it? I find that this is the one that this is the slippery slope. When you get into here, then you're like, okay, what are you doing? This is completely unique,
100%.
different on card. I mean, the card is okay. The skin is way better when you put it on skin.
It's 20 years old. And it's
Crazy.
as fresh as
I was
ever,
going to say, it's
you know?
very modern.
Yeah.
It's something like, could have been released yesterday.
Oh yeah, and it could,
No
it could be
way,
released in
20
10
years
years,
old. Yeah.
10 years time. It's just, again, I'm speechless. I feel very attached to this. I was young, I was new, I was fresh, and taking a risk with this one, and it's paid off amazingly. It put us on the map. I truly mean this when I say that Australian niche started to take a turn.
Yeah.
Because we had another person on the scene, us, introducing new perfumes like this. That was, no marketing to them. It's just one man and his business partner making incredible, legendary perfumes.
Yeah.
And it's legendary, and it's no one had taken it on board. So why not? And that's all it took.
Yeah.
A big why not?
Yeah. And true niche again.
Oh God, yeah.
And very personal. I don't know if you've seen Andy's Instagram account. I love seeing him crimping the bottles, and he's got his music on. He's doing his thing.
He likes his 80s pop.
Yes. But it makes me feel that each bottle was,
He has touched every bottle.
right. It's personalized
and
by
he
him.
signs a card on every pack.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you get a hand
True
signed
niche.
green ink.
Yeah, true niche.
Andy Tower with thanks.
Okay, we're going to do a small pause.
Yes.
We're ready.
We're ready. Yes. All
All right, here we go.
All right.
So this is beautiful yerba mate.
Now, do I stir it up? At all?
No.
No. Okay.
Because we want the sediment to settle,
course, of
and that way it
course.
makes it easier to
Yes.
drink. So
Let's say
cheers.
cheers. Oh, I like that.
It's bitter, yeah.
No, it's tough, but I like it.
What are you getting? This one here. Oh, actually, now I'm testing you.
All right. Let's see. Savory herbs. My mind goes to oregano.
Okay, yep.
I've got my Italian and Greek background, so that always pings in my head. It's lovely.
This is the, I'll put it here, this is the actual yerba mate. If you're interested in the different nuances, what you said is on point. This is a very green, herbal
Yeah,
one.
dried sage, oregano.
It's yerba mate, there's nothing else in
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
but
yeah.
its nuance is a lot more herbal. You get some others, this one here, which I also love, is a lot more smokier. It has a smoky, almost leathery sort of feel or taste in the mouth.
Yeah, I
Then you have this one here, so I'm saying this one here because
Yes,
we're
yes.
putting that in post-production.
The wizardry.
You're like, what the hell are you talking about? This one where? And this one here is the sun. That's right here. Or here. This one here is the one that I would recommend that you start with. But I figured this man here has, I'm going to say you have a very developed taste.
That's very nice of you. Thank
So
you.
you're ready for this one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I like it. It's it gives you an impression of something chocolatey and earthy, and in perfume terms you could almost say patchouli.
Yeah.
But then there's nice sort of fruity undertones, banana skin even, just lovely.
This guy.
Just like,
I never got banana skin. I never got banana skin.
I'm a bit of a wino.
I'm gonna have to now. If you would like some more water.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. So we're gonna now experience the last one, which is Born to Stand Out.
Born to Stand Out, yes.
Now you guys are the exclusive.
Yes.
That's awesome. This is a brand that's really hit the market.
Oh yes.
In a big way.
You would have seen them at Essence this year.
I did.
There was flashing lights, so to speak, and just crowds of people.
Korean brand.
Yes. I couldn't even, as their Australian representative, I couldn't even go up to them. They were so busy.
Right. Good
I'm
for
like,
them.
oh my God, look, you have your moment, but here I am in Australia. This is an interesting one. I could have picked a bunch of them. I could have picked Indecent Cherry, super popular. I could have picked Dirty Rice, super popular as well. But I picked something from the Red Bottle collection. This is literally the strongest perfume in the universe.
Big call.
Literally.
All right, here we go.
60% oil concentration.
Oh my God. Okay, so in its oil concentration.
Yes.
Wow.
But I will say this, I was away at Essence and in Europe for 4 weeks, 4 weeks.
Right.
I sprayed my flotter, left it on my desk,
Yes.
and I came back. Let's see if I came back 4 weeks later, and I could still smell it on my desk.
Yeah.
I said nothing happened, no changed.
Yeah.
Oud Candy.
Okay, because my first thought was, what is the core note in here?
It's a fantasy oud.
Okay, right.
Now, I picked this one. There's 4 in this collection. They're all 50 to 60% because I have a real soft spot for this one because my dad is an audiovisual engineer, and so he works with like circuit boards and lights and hot light bulbs and all these sort of cool things. Yeah. I have a memory of walking into his warehouse with like the smell of old cold metal, like circuit boards, old light bulbs, gearboxes. And I get like this industrial smell. It's not, no one else mentions it, but I was insistent that it was an industrial, I call it industrial oud. Okay. This could be like a Comme des Garçons oud, like they do a bit of funk, a bit of industrial notes. They're not afraid of playing with leather and plastic. And
are you saying that, so are you saying like a metallic plastic?
Metallic, but something weirdly warmer as well than
burnt?
Just burnt, like a short-circuited, like a...
I'm actually leading him down a path because...
You are.
So we've got a light right here.
Yes.
These days, everything's LED.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, but when I first started, it was actual globes.
Yeah, I bet.
So the softbox was this massive globe, and it would heat up like an oven. Right. You had to, sort of like at the end of a shoot, you had to leave at least 15, 20 minutes for it to cool down.
Oh, yeah, wow.
It would burn. If you closed up if you closed down the softbox, it would burn the actual thing. You couldn't touch it. This is what it reminds me of.
Oh, there we go. Yes. So you're the second person that agrees.
This is what it reminds me of. That because it had a very distinct smell. Sometimes staff would close it up because they want to get out of here, and it would actually burn and you could get that.
You could smell the filament of the light bulb, and I love it. It's just, again, it's one of those moments where I had the 4 bottles land on my desk, and I had to prepare them for launch. Yeah. And I'm smelling them because I have to learn them, and I just thought, I did not expect to like that, but I do. Yeah. And that's all it takes.
Now, with 60%, does that mean, well, you mentioned before that on the blotter it lasted forever, so on skin, does it have bigger projection, or is it just...
Of the 4, this one is actually, I find, the one that wears the most intimately. It's more base note heavy, whereas they have a black guava and a black mango, so they have fuller top notes, so they really rise. Right. This one actually wears closely and for a long, long time.
Right. Yeah. Because there is a misconception that the higher the...
Yes, there we go.
We're in a working place here. That the higher the concentration, the more volume that it has. Is that the case, or is?
Well, no. I mean, the best carrier for perfume is ethanol, alcohol. Right. So all the perfumes that we have here are carried in denatured ethanol. Right. I say this because it's the best because it preserves fragrance perfectly, the oils, and also it helps project. Right. So in many ways, the perfumes that boom the most are like your eau de toilettes because they have more alcohol to carry them.
Isn't that funny?
No. However, eau de parfum's the sweet spot mostly. Sure. And these aren't regulated terms. So one brand's EDP is someone else's extract.
Funny that.
So Amouage is a good example. Their EDP is basically an extract.
Yep.
Point being is, I just take all this with a bit of discretion, and I just try. Everything must be tried before I, you know, I just don't read the longevity.
Yeah.
It has to be tried.
Because I think, so going into that sometimes that misconception exists. The higher the concentration, the more power and potency it has. For me, and correct me, that I find that it's actually, the higher the concentration can possibly mean that the complexity is a lot more within the fragrance. Certain notes stay longer or linger, or it molds better. Not necessarily does it have, you know, this projection that will you can smell it. You know,
I think you're right. I find sometimes when I smell extrait parfum concentrations, I think, God, I wish I could just dilute this with some ice, so to speak. You know, stir it like a whiskey drink, because I find with dilution the notes have more space to breathe, and so you get more space in the perfume, as opposed to, you know, parfums can be so dense, and the reward comes 3 hours later. I am not always that patient, and I feel like I want to dilute my perfumes a bit.
Love it. There it is. So 5 reasons to come into the NOAH showroom and experience the collection that they have here. Some of these are unique to NOAH, so exclusive to NOAH, but you know, things like NASOMATTO and the zoologist. I mean, that in itself is a great reason to come and explore and develop and find out what they have here.
And if I may add a 6th reason, I'm here.
Please. That goes without saying. For me, that goes without saying.
Look, as you know, I'm very blessed to have had the time and the energy to do a PhD in philosophy and in this world, I should say. And it puts me in a special place to approach perfume in a way that it's rare, it's different. And I'm not saying that my way is better than anyone else's. I'm not competitive like that, but I approach perfume in a way that some people find particularly enlightening.
Yeah, and when we were first developing the chance to come in and create these episodes, I did say I'm a touchy-feely guy.
Yes.
So I'm all about emotions and feelings and evoking things. And Liam is more the technical, the more elaborate, the understanding of the families. I mean, I love that in the episode you start talking about some of the chemistry notes and how they play. Whereas that's the stuff that I'm like, cool. But I'm more the I love the texture of this.
It's a good word, isn't it?
It is. You know, but it's good to have both.
Of course,
it's good to have that.
Even even technical knowledge needs to be contextualized.
Right.
There's no good telling me that this has nolimbanol. It's an empty word.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know, if I tell you that nolimbanol is the scent of absolute dryness in perfumery, it's what makes blamage from NASOMATTO blamage.
Right.
There you go. There's a moment, and that's my goal.
Right.
Education through dialogue.
All right. So reason number 6 to come into NOAH.
Thank you.
Come and speak to this man here.
Thank you.
Come and speak to this man here. Thank you, everyone. I do look forward to your comments. If you have experienced these particular fragrances, love to hear what you think. DURO, is this a fragrance for a woman too? I haven't yet found a comment come through saying, DURO is this is a fragrance that I rock, and that person is a woman. So great reasons to come into NOAH and speak to this man. And we'll see you guys all next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Are you in love with niche perfumery?
What if you could meet the visionaries behind these niche fragrances?
What if you could slow this right down and enjoy a full day experience with them, including lunch and being able to go behind the scenes?
KM Fragrance Tours is the world's first tour company where we specialize putting on unique perfume experiences.
This is about slowing things down and enjoying time with the perfume creators, with the perfumers, and those favorite brands that you love. Past 2 years, we've been enjoying France. This year, it's all about Italy.
This is going to be a 9-day luxury tour where we're going to take you to Milan, Florence, and Rome.
It's about experiencing the tastemakers in each of those cities and enjoying time with those creators.
All of the brands coming on board, they're wanting to put on a show for you guys.
We are going to Meo Fuscioni's new temple He's moved from Salso Maggiore coming to Sarzana, and it's a whole new expression. We will be the first in the world to experience this. A common question is, where am I going to stay? I'm happy to advise that we have hand-selected each of the hotels in the 3 cities.
These are amazing luxury properties. Take a look at the first property we'll be staying at in Milan. Magna Paz, this is the first perfume hotel in the world.
Everywhere that you go within Magna Paz is actually perfumed in a different way. Every room has its own signature scent, and you'll have a chance to do an olfactory check-in.
Now what does this mean? We're gonna send you the set of L'Absolu fragrances. Every fragrance actually belongs to a room in the hotel.
You have the chance now in the luxury of your own home to select the fragrance note that resonates best with you, and we'll lock in that room just for you.
Now dining, where will we be eating at throughout the tour? We have picked restaurants for us to relax, experience the authentic local flavor of Italy.
I'm happy to say that I've tested these restaurants. When I was recently in Italy, we actually went to these places to make sure that they're going to be good enough for you.
Now you don't need to be an expert to join us on these tours. The last few years we've had guests that have just started their niche fragrance journey join us, and even some couples that actually brought their partner along who didn't really know anything about perfumes at all, but loved their experience on the tour.
It's about the pleasure of being in this unique location alongside someone who is the master in their
Visionary
field.
and artist in their craft.
And it's about the joy and the pleasure of travel.
Now this isn't just a tour, it's a journey through scent, through the history of Italy, with people who share your passion for fragrances.
I'd like to invite you to join us on this upcoming tour. If you want to know more, please email us or jump on our website for further details.